Whew. Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. I'm just trying to get live here, get settled in. I have a lot of energy coming through, and I have, since last night, had a really hard time sleeping with all this geomagnetic energy coming through. So if you're in the house, just give a little wave or something like that. Need a lot of water and some rest tonight. So, hi everyone in Instagram world. Hi everyone in Facebook world. Today I'm going to be talking about the new moon that's happening in Taurus on the 22nd at 7:30, 7:25 p.m. to be exact. This is going to be a wild transit. Right now, we're getting a lot of aggressive energy coming through, trying to communicate, a lot of monkey mind going on, and we're trying to ground the energy. This is helping with the sun that just entered Taurus yesterday around 7:45 a.m. So we are at 1 degree of Taurus in the sun, which is hello, thanks for joining, which is about creation. It's about manifestation of into the physical realm, the physical world, which is the 3D and anything that we can tangibly feel with our five senses. Its ruler is Venus. Venus is stationing her retrograde, where she will be retrograding through Gemini, which is the twins and the masculine feminine energy. This is definitely highlighting our relationships and our value. So, whatever we value, as far as like if we value ourselves, we're going to manifest positive, good relationships for ourselves and money, right? So, with that being said, this new moon is going to jolt us because Uranus is right there. It's going to awaken us to something. And because Taurus rules this throat chakra area, we will be speaking our truths. This could be endings of karmic relationships. It could be endings of relationships that we have been entertaining in our lives that is not for our greater good, or these contracts are ending. So your new relationship contracts could enter. So, what Taurus is earth. And it is about cultivating self reliance and the enjoyment of our values through working with the natural world. This is our confidence as being self reliant, which we are being challenged in right now. And it's our resourcefulness. So it's challenging us to become more independent and resourceful, self reliant, and grateful for what things that we have. And we are ultimately being supported by the universe, our higher self, or if you believe in God, if that word bothers you, I always refer back to the universe. So, what I'm seeing is a lot of squares, and squares are area of tension, but ultimately, this tension teaches us how to work with the energies or the other energy. So I'm going to pull up my notes because I'm getting a lot of energy coming through, and it's kind of crazy. I was eating my soup and the spice or the hot soup went down my breathing pipe, and I started choking, and it really hurt a lot. So I'm still a little stuffed up. I purged, and I feel that that's very Taurus, and this moon that's transiting Aries right now is very fast. So maybe I was sipping my soup too fast. And so that could also apply with what's going on in our minds right now or in our lives. So we might be wanting to make a lot of action happen in our life. Our mind is giving us a lot of information and ideas on how to be resourceful and self-reliant. And so we're making the moves. And this is good. However, we need to take a breath and drink some water. So let me pull up my notes now and get started with the new moon in Taurus that's happening at 3 degrees. 3 degrees is mind, body, spirit, is the Trinity. It's a very powerful, powerful degrees, not only in numerology, but also in astrology. So April 22nd at 7:25 p.m., we have the moon and the sun in Taurus, which is the rulers is Venus and the earth. In my opinion, it's the earth, but it's Venus. And there's a square happening with Saturn in Aquarius, which is the ruler of Uranus. So if Taurus is our values, love, and our earthly desires, what no longer fits in our new value systems? Okay, these are some questions we should be asking ourselves. What no longer do we want to stay? If it is a thought process, if it is a relationship, a career, a partnership, spiritual beliefs or the lack thereof, our friendships. What is staying for the future? What is moving into the new world with us? And what things are we leaving behind? I have, the last week, I've been going through my house, taking down all the pictures, all the paintings, rearranging all the furniture, moving everything around, organizing, purging. This is a great time because this new moon in Taurus is really launching us into the new world where we have been being prepared before this pandemic happened, and we were getting messages that we are going to have a flip of reality. Okay, we've already been getting signs that we were going to have a dismantling of systems and structures at the catalyst of this sickness. And with that being said, there is this new world and new energetic field that we're now creating. So this is Aries Taurus season, which is spring. It is about dropping this things that we've desired, things that we worked hard for. We were all balancing these two worlds of my old career, my new passion, and what I've been learning and strengthening my superpowers in. And now we're getting the opportunity, now that the old world, the old job, the old structures and systems are being dismantled, we're having an opportunity to really step into our purpose and our passion and our new world careers and our new world energy. Taurus is about our material possessions and what our five senses could experience. During this time of a shutdown, we are experiencing frustrations, and this will only increase when we enter Taurus season, when all we want is the finer things in life, the fine wines, fine dining. We can't really go out to eat right now and dine in a nice environment and have the dishes done for us. We're cooking, we're doing our own dishes, we're shopping online when Taurus wants to see the fabric. Taurus wants to touch the fabric. Taurus wants to smell the perfumes in the store. Um, so all these things are very Taurus. It's a very human parts of the human experience, like fine wines. And I love a fine wine. If you are not making money right now and you don't have much, this could be a really torturous transit. If you are making money, however, and you got paid by the government, you will be very pleased to get the rewards of income and the Taurus lazy lounginess that may come about, and really partake in the food deliveries and stuff your faces. Those that are not into being at home, however, or broken or lazy or antisocial, mostly has been in a funk, feeling hopeless, and we'll be getting a burst of resurgence to create some action and new projects. So let's just say if you're the type of personality that is, let's say, a worker bee, like likes to work, loves to work, always has projects, always keeping busy, always going out. This was a really hard pump of brakes that has happened. And it could have sent you into a depression or being super tired and lethargic, because we're all resting to level up, because there's some huge shifts that are changing this week and more towards the end of the week, especially with the Venus retrograde. This is introducing some of the themes that will be happening during that period when Venus is retrograde. So let me see her retrograde dates. She will be retrograding around the 13th of May, and she will go direct around June 25th. Okay, so we have a good month and a half of Venus slowing down and us reconsidering and rethinking what we value, our material possessions, as well as our relationships. So, Venus is shadowing her retrograde in Gemini, and we will be rethinking what is important, valuable, curious on ways to make money outside of our normal jobs or careers or professions. Let's see. We will be slowing down to reconsider the Gemini areas of our chart. So wherever Gemini is in your chart, look at what house that is, and this is the house that we're going to be receiving some reevaluations. We are getting a sneak peek as to what Venus will be bringing about for the new world. She wants to gift us with our new gifts in the new world and everything that we've been working hard towards. Saturn and Pluto destroyed our old systems, structures, and values. Venus is awakening us to the many different options to survive in the new world. However, we are being asked to let the old world go and to let it die completely so we can start on our new ventures, projects, and partnerships in our new value systems. So this is really exciting. We are connecting with who and what we value. materially, and our interpersonal enjoyments. We are receiving some ideas, information, and opportunities to start creating. So the question is, what is slowing you down? Is it your old way of doing things? We've been feeling a bit off routine for a reason, not just to wait for the routine to return, but to create something new. What if we don't ever go back to normal, or even for the rest of the year? Are we just going to wait around for life to happen, or are we going to make life happen? Don't you want to set up avenues for income that can't be halted by a pandemic? Something that you can do remotely from your home? There's so many options out there in the new world. Think of creative ways to make money. Think of creative ways to be on purpose. Our masculine Mars in Aquarius is in harmony with feminine Venus in Gemini for this transit. When both work together, we can create and have the drive to put it into action. Mars is thinking about new, innovative ideas for the future, and Venus is getting some downloads of opportunity and ideas through communicating with others in the community and searching or researching online. As far as our relationships, this could be a challenging aspect. Remember to be understanding and not blame others for your own inner turmoil. As far as relationships, this could be a challenging aspect. Remember to be understanding and not blame others. I already said that. So a lot of these unhealthy, codependent, or abusive relationships will end shortly after this new moon. So around Friday, there's going to be a sudden jolt or awakening. When the Sun conjuncts Uranus around the 26th, we will be screaming for freedom and will desire to be graced with beautiful things and beautiful people. This is a time of unexpected change, excitement, and rebellion. This may be a good time to break out of your routines and do something you've never done before. Take a little road trip somewhere excluded. Go on a hike on a new trail. Exercise. Get outside. Do a live video on something creative or something that you love or something that inspires you or something that you know that you're really good at that you'd like to share with the world. Or just rest if that's not your norm. This is a brand new beginning in our value systems, looking at what relationships need to sail away. And every time I say that, or I hear that song, sail away, sail away, sail away. And which relationships you want to anchor in your port. Whatever you choose, make sure you're using your heart, your mind, and your intuition equally. We have a brain in our stomach. The North Node is also at 0 degrees of Cancer and Capricorn, wrapping up the last 2 years of destiny points. The mark of Cancer is where it's been since it's been traversing this area of Cancer since November of 2018. The North Node will be moving out of Cancer into Gemini around May 6th and will be here until January 2022. So stay tuned for my North Node in Gemini South Node in Aquarius video that will be coming out soon, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging for such an important transit. But I'm glad I wrote my notes, because I meditated on this new moon's energy last night. I had a really hard time sleeping, but I got it all done. And I like when I get to type it out, because I could make more sense sometimes with my creative mind. So thank you for joining. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos and subscribing to my channel or giving me a little thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And yeah, I wish you guys the best. As far as like the geomagnetic energy, we had a huge storm last night. It was a G1. The KP was 5. It was coming from the southern the southern part of the coronal hole of the sun, the southern hemisphere. And so we haven't been seeing a whole lot of mid-latitude activity. So a lot of it is centralized to the lower hemisphere. And this is still creating some shifts. Are you okay, Miss Bianchi? Did you just fall off the couch? Okay, that's Uranus and Taurus, okay? Okay, people? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. So hold on. No, hold on to your britches, people, because it's gonna be a wild ride this week. And you might notice that you are channeling and getting information telepathically or psychically from people around you. So with that being said, keep your eyes open and close your ears, because you don't really need them at this point. But yeah, so there's definitely some revolutionary change that is underway for this week. So stay tuned for that. Maybe I will pick a card, because I just saw 2222. All right. That's what's happening. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be there's something also, because the Hierophant is really about our belief systems and conformality, group identification, education, this kind of stuff. So we're being awakened to something new and radical. And also, hi, Veronica. Thanks for joining the Lucid Living Movement 3-month course of coaching. I'm really happy to have you added to my family. And I appreciate all your support that you've given me. And I'll be sending you a little gift. So it was really nice chatting with you. And this new moon is in your 10th house of your legacy in the world. So with that being said, let's pick some cards for the collective. I'm picking from the Alice in Wonderland deck. Collective, new moon in Taurus. Whoop. Whoa. That one flew. Ooh. That one I felt too. Wow. 16. Which is a 7, which is harmony and balance through partnerships and relationships. A moment's regret, nostalgia, idolizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. Okay, this is what we don't want, right? Because the full moon of Libra really highlighted some things. A lot of endings of karmic cycles. So, and this is just flushing it out, because we've had 2 weeks from the Libra full moon to the Taurus new moon. It was much pleasanter at home, thought poor Alice, when one wasn't always growing larger and smaller, or being ordered about by mice and rabbits. I almost wish I hadn't gone down that rabbit hole, and yet, it's rather curious, this sort of life. When we make life changes and take large steps into the unknown, it is perfectly natural to have a moment or two when one wonder I just realized I just moved this. I'm sorry. Sorry, Instagram. Um okay. So, it is perfectly natural to have a moment or two when we wonder whether we have made a series of mistakes. When this card comes to you, it shines a light on the doubts you are having and asks you to accept these uncertainties as part of the process of change. You are so very far away from where you once were, but you still have no clear idea of exactly where your path will take you, and you are filled with uncertainty. Instead of allowing dread to fill your mind, live as if life is a great adventure. That's exciting to think. Understand that as you change, there will be many ups and some downs too. It is not in our best interest to judge yourself harshly. Instead, anchor yourself firmly in the present moment and allow any regret or nostalgia for your comfort for your comfortable past to wash over you. Let it flow on by. You are on a remarkable journey of change. It is one that will lead to wisdom, experience, and adventure. You have made a wonderful choice, so take heart in knowing that all changes creates waves and disruption. Do not do not make more of your misgivings than they are. They are the natural consequence of bravely stepping out of your comfort zone. Wow, this is cards like strangely right on point. So the deviation for this card, second guessing your decisions, berating yourself for the choices that you have made, feeling regretful and missing what was, nostalgia, living in the past, a focus on what is going wrong or what could still go wrong. So with that being said, that card was exactly what we needed to hear as a collective is let go and go with the flow and understand that everything is happening for a good reason and to worry and see it as an exciting adventure and freedom than seeing it as something has went wrong or something is not working out when everything is working out for the good in the end. And don't forget that. I'm going to pick one last card to give us an animal to work with, and the bee jumped out. Whoa, that's weird. The bee jumped out first, and then the gazelle. So I will read the bee all the way through. So, what is this bee energy here? Earnest, hardworking, and democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative detail to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then they sting. So when in balance, content, active and vibrant. When out of balance, overworked and annoyed, which that's not really happening for most of us right now, but I'm sure it's happening for those essential workers, as I saw today at the store. How to bring this into balance is a mini vacation. So that's a relevant card. The rest of us are on a little mini vacation. So when you're on vacation, are you crying about not being at work? Okay, let's try not to cry about not being at work and just enjoy the process of this little mini vacation that we're being granted with. The gazelle is heightened awareness and ability and being vulnerable. So the gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. The gazelle personality is often hyper aware of their surroundings, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild when this card appears. It's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you and let it nourish your gentle spirit. So, when in balance, graceful, perceptive, artistic. When out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, and racing mind. And to bring into balance is yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. So I would like to say thank you for listening and liking and subscribing. And I will see you on the next video. So thank you, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Till the next time, peace out, stay awake, stay mindful, and stay curious.